On my Nepal Yatra, I stayed at this beautiful Namo Buddha Monastery for 4 days. At my request, Lama Karma Phurbu was kind enough to spend a lot of time answering my varied questions. In this video, he talks about what meditation is and the role it plays for beginner and advanced students, the importance to inculcate a listening and contemplation capability. Moreover, we look at the different types of meditation, what Vipassana is, and a lot of other things. So, do watch till the end. Namaskaram, Lama KP. It is so great to have you here. Can you just give a little intro on what you do here in this monastery?
Okay, so actually I'm here as a principal and as well as the vice chairman of this monastery, and actually I teach the monks and the local people of this area, and often the students from abroad, and and some Westerners. Those are like a teenager. Those are above 30 and 40. So they are also interested in Buddhism. So in that matter, so sometimes 1 week or sometimes 5 days. So that sort of within that period, I give some teachings to them also. Yeah.
So, which kind of teachings, like basic Buddhism or even advanced, everything you teach?
So, actually, in general, so because in Buddhist point of view, we have to share something, and we have to understand from the both sides. They should also understand who is going to give a teachings, or what kind of knowledge does he have or does she has. They should know also. And one who gives teaching to them also, he or she should also know very properly the background, the culture, the concept, the way of life. It's very necessary to know. So if we know in that way, so then we can tackle, then we can give appropriate teachings which works in their mind. So that it is very important. But for me, if they are very already, if they are Buddhists and they know something about Buddhism, so then I deal in that way. But if they are newcomers and if they are new learners, so I just talk with them like materialistic way of life, spiritual way of life, and what's the difference. So if we have the way of thinking in the spirituality way, so what kind of experience we can gain, but if we don't have the spirituality way of life and we don't know anything about it, but only if we are deal within materialistic way of life, so even we have everything, but what kind of problem or trouble or suffer it brings in our mind. So I make that kind of differences. Yes. So and way of life, and love and compassion. So in this topic,
so do you feel like getting this kind of teaching is a good starting point for Buddhism? Because I think yesterday also we were speaking, and I was mentioning that Vipassana is becoming like a starting point for a lot of people, because they want to learn a meditation technique and so they go that route. But you were sharing that you feel that is not the best route to how. So as per you, what is the best way for someone to start into Buddhism?
So actually, in Buddhist point of view, first we have to listen very carefully. Then when we listen very carefully, then we can arise listening power. We can develop listening power. And from the point of listening power, then we can analyze on it, or we can contemplate on it. Then we can produce, contemplation power or analyzing power. And that analyzing power is the understanding of yourself, understanding of yourself. So that analyzing power, what you gain is not copy from the books, not copy from someone who said and she said or he said. That's your own understanding. So then thirdly, then from that understanding we can gain the experience. So meditation means, be an experience, make that experience stable, make that experience sustainable, So that's why meditation, in Buddhist point of view, meditation comes, listening. It comes after listening power, contemplating power. Then at the end, then it comes meditation energy or meditation power. So meditation power means what you understood, what you gain, make it sustainable, make it better, make it stable. So, and be on that point. So be on that point, then we have to meditate. So we have to meditate on the Shamatha meditation, and we have to meditate on the Vipassana meditation. So Shamatha meditation is the calm abiding meditation. So Vipassana meditation means from the calm abiding meditation, what you gain, what you realized from it. So this is something like a cause and result and result of cause and condition. So it is related. Calm abiding meditation and some translation I have seen like insight meditation, but in Sanskrit Shamatha meditation and Vipassana meditation. Yeah.
So how should we develop listening power?
So listening power means so if we really want to know about the Buddhism, so go somewhere and meditation somewhere indirectly. So we can have some sort of calm abiding meditation, but we cannot get the understanding of the Vipassana. Because to gain the understanding of the Vipassana, actually understanding of Vipassana means the realization of the mind actually. But these days everywhere we can see the Vipassana.
Yes.
But name is Vipassana. But what we are doing there means most of 90%, 95% we are doing just the calm abiding meditation.
Oh.
But name is given the Vipassana. So Vipassana in Tibetan we say Laktong. Laktong means you see more what you had before. Means before you did not realize, after you realized, you have a realization of the nature of the mind. That's the Vipassana. But everybody go there on the name of the Vipassana, but everybody doesn't have that kind of experience. Because why? We have a lack of understanding, we have a lack of experience, we have a lack of understanding, we have a lack of listening power. So to gain all these things, we have to go through many steps. We should have a listening, we have to listen, then we can build listening power, we have to contemplate, then we can bring contemplation power, then from that point we can have a own understanding, then experience, then meditation.
But so listening power, is it just about just doing the listening little bit more mindfully?
Listening power means, firstly, you have to choose the right teacher. You have to find out the right teacher. And you have to analyze the teacher. You have to investigate the teacher. Who is the right teacher for me? Who is perfect teacher for me? Sometimes in Buddhist point of view, everything is connected to each other. So which is suit in my life? So we have to find it out. So the teacher, it doesn't mean that you have 1,000 and millions of flowers, maybe he is or she is the very best teacher for me. It's not. So some teachers are hiding inside the cave or under the tree. We don't know his name or her name, but they can be also the right teacher and perfect teacher and the realized one. So we have to contemplate on it. Then when we think he or she will be right teacher in my life, then we have to follow after him or her. Then then that teacher also know about the students. So from the both side, when we have a mental connections, then he or she will teach according to your capacity, level of understanding. He or she will teach. So in that way, the teachings what we gain is the listen. We listen for him or for her. Then after that, we investigate. We analyze on that topic. So we have the listening power. So in that way, we have to increase it.
So it's like a close connection with a specific teacher. Yeah, that is a very different thing when we compare to these kind of Vipassana and also just general meditation classes that keep going on. A lot of them, we are simply learning the technique more than anything else. We may not even have much rapport with the teacher. So it's very different now, what you are saying. Yeah, it makes sense, but because if we simply learn the technique, a lot of people are then figuring stuff out on their own only. Because doing the meditation has all implications. And then a lot of times they need help. We don't have the right people to go and all because we never had that teacher to begin with. So yeah, it's a great thing.
Actually, meditation, we have to know what means meditation. In Tibetan term, gom. And gom means to bring perfect habits. To bring perfect habits in our body, in our speech, and mainly in our mind. Because our body, speech, and mind is connected, interconnected with each other. So, if we able to make perfect habits to the body, so it impacts to the speech and the mind. And how it impacts to the mind, and that energy transfer to our speech or our body, physical condition. So these three things are related to each other. So to have these things, then we have to listen, we have to understand, we should get an experience. Then we can transform our mind into the perfect habit. So then this will produce, these reflections produce our speech. These actions brings into our speech. Actions brings our body. Then it brings connections to the our surroundings or environment, and because we are connected to each other. So then when we have that sort of things, that sort of quality, then we have a peace of mind, then we have a peace of life, then we have a good way of life, then we can benefit myself also, we can benefit others also, and there's some sort of like a good connections, and these things can bring from the understanding of the love and compassion. When there's no love and compassion, and there's no violence, there's no conflict, there's no war, so these things will happen. So that is the process of meditation. So these actions we can say meditation. So meditation doesn't mean go somewhere and close your eyes and sit under the tree and just physically structure, having a physical structure and go and just sit there. It's not like that. So we the people think in that way. Meditation means go somewhere, run away and just sit under the tree and be in the posture. So that is not the meditation. That's the form of meditation. That's the form of meditation. So because physically we are okay, then it gives impact to the body and it gives impact to the mind. That is just the form of meditation, not a meditation. So meditation means what I mentioned before. That is the definition of meditation in my concept, in my understanding.
Yeah, that is correct, and that's how we often say that any activity can become meditation.
Yeah, because if we really transform our mind in the good habit and perfect way, even if you sleep, that's the meditation. If you go, meditation. Eating, meditation. Talking, meditation. Writing, meditation. Everything is meditation. Yeah. So, but the If we don't have a perfect understanding and right understanding, but if we pretend to meditate for hours and hours maybe, then it's just for pretend and nothing is meditation. Yeah.
But so you're talking about a certain quality, an inner quality. Do you feel like the thoughts need to stop? So there is these couple of understandings, like a traditional understanding in India at least, they used to call meditation as concentration. So what they meant is like your thoughts have to become one pointed. But then there's this other forms of meditation that are coming up, which was more just an observation. So in that sense, they are saying no need for thoughts to stop, just as long as you cultivate your awareness. And but I think you are talking about like a quality. So it is not. Is it related to my thought stopping or?
Actually, there's the many types of meditation, but if we conclude, we can conclude in two summary. So one is analytical meditation, one is resting meditation. Okay, so analytical meditation means, you observe on it, you investigate on it, you examine on it. Then when you do these things, when we have a certain quality of understanding, that's through the analytical meditation. But the resting meditation means what you understood, what you realize the truth. So no need to examine on it, and you just be on it and meditate on it. You just simply be on it, just like that. So this is the two sort of meditations. And but for the beginners, so we start from the breathing actually, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. We start from the breathing, or because for the beginners, so our aspirations, no need to find out, we have already. And this breathing is not a future, this breathing is not a past, this breathing is present moment.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to keep our mind present moment while we are meditating. So this is the method to keep our mind on the breathing, because it is present. Because our mind run away and we need some sort of support, and that support is breathing. So then when I breathe out, and I'm knowing that one, and when I breathe in, I'm knowing that one. So that knowing part is the awareness. Okay? And this awareness is because of the concentration. Because concentration and awareness is like something is like a front part of my hand and behind part of my hand is something like that. We cannot separate it, but somehow facing to side. One is awareness, one is mindfulness. So mindfulness is the concentrate on the breathing, and because of that reason, I'm knowing what I'm doing. So breathing out, I'm knowing. Breathing in, I'm knowing. That knowing part is the awareness, and that awareness is because of the concentration to the aspiration. So these things we can do it. Then our mind run away. After a few seconds, our mind run away about the future, about the past. Because we have a habit of, that we don't have a concentration on the present moment. We have a habit that our mind, our project and whatever, everything, we always think about future. And we think about future and our mind goes about past. So point of meditation way, so past is already gone, so there is no any value to think about the past. So future is not arrived now. So if we only think about the future, there's no any result. So we can have a result if we have actions in the present moment. Then we can gain the result. If there's actions into the present moment, there's a future. If there's no actions in the present moment, there's no future, because the future is related to the present. So that's why the meditation in the present moment is very important, and this is the how we practice in the newcomers at the beginner level. Even we have a listening power, understanding, somehow this is the beginning point of the starting point of the meditation. But if we are really familiar with our meditation years and years, we have a really good quality of the realization and understanding, then if you want to stop future, wrong again. If you want to stop about past, wrong. Okay, let's commit what it comes in your mind. Let it come, let it come, let it go. Let it come, let it go. Let it come, let it go. Because when we try to stop something, because it comes naturally and it goes naturally.
Yes.
Like waves. Okay, if we try to stop the waves from the ocean, it's just a big problem, the trouble. The waves comes from the ocean and it again dissolves to the ocean. So when it dissolves to the ocean, it becomes inseparable from the ocean. So something, when we meditate about what it comes in our mind, future and past and present, and this is like a waves. And again, let it come and let it go. Let it go means it again dissolves to the nature of the mind. So this is the how those have a good quality of experience or the understanding of the meditation. Then we can deal with on it. But the beginners, yes, for like a short period, many times is good. Like 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes maybe before going to the bed. If we practice about meditation, then it brings some sort of awareness. So when we meditate, like okay, before going to my job, I meditate. It means I'm charging my mind. Okay, I'm charging my mind. Then we have some sort of imprint or the tendency it keeps in our mind. Then 5 minutes, 10 minutes, okay, meditation, keeping some objects in front of you or the breathing and whatever, then 5 minutes. But when our thoughts comes about the future, that time I'm not in the present. So in that case, what I'm focusing now, breathing, then I'm knowing that, oh, I'm thinking about the future. Then again, bring that thoughts to the present. Okay? Then again, focus on the present, the aspirations. If my mind is, wondering about the past, oh, I'm wondering about the past. I'm meditating. Again, bring it on the present moment, on the aspirations. So, what you wonder about the past and future is not a bad. Because of the quality, because of the energy of the meditation, because of the awareness, able to know that I'm wondering about the past. I'm wondering about the future, means you are knowing. That's not the bad. That's the good actually. But people think my meditation is not good.
Yeah.
But because it's some sort of like a symptoms, or it gives some sort of signal. And you are able to know this quality, this understanding because of the awareness.
Yes.
So that's also the meditation. Again, bring into the present. And this is the training of the beginner levels. So we can practice in that way. Yeah.
It's a great point that you're saying that when people become aware their mind is not focusing, that itself is a good thing because that awareness has been generated. It's a really great point. I actually have a lot of people who, in my relatives and all, many they'll tell, oh, I can't meditate because my thoughts keep running. But I'm like, you are aware of your thoughts, right? You know they are running away. So how are you saying you're not meditating? That is, it's really...
Yeah, even when we are meditating, even the small noise we can hear, we feel more disturbance. Even we feel something itchy somewhere. All the time when we are dancing, when we are singing, when we are eating, when we are talking with the friends, that time we cannot hear something also. We cannot feel itchy also, But when we meditate, we feel flies coming in my head. We feel someone is talking. We feel itchy from the back side. We feel itchy from the front side, Means you are knowing because you are on the concentration. You are on the awareness. So that's the That is the power of the actually meditation actually. But the people try to reject it. My meditation is not good. It means depress my mind, myself.
Yeah, it's a really great point. It happens a lot. I had read one ebook actually where I think it was the Milarepa ebook only, but not Milarepa didn't do this. One other monk did it. What he used to do was it's someone from very old times. It was an ebook on. So he used to go to some place where there were lots of flies, and he would just sit very silently. So all the flies will come and sit on him. And his disciple was there, and he's not able to believe what this person is doing, because we hate the flies. No, it's so troublesome. So what that monk then explained to his disciple is that in hell, the kind of suffering that has been described is like where there are so many flies will trouble you. So obviously you can sit with a whole bunch of flies, and if you're able to just remain calm and not suffer, then that it always plays in my mind whenever I'm doing meditation and the flies will come and sit. I'm always trying to cultivate the calm.
Yeah, actually, some practitioner, they want to make generosity. They want to, they want to give their body to the others. So for example, mosquito. So some practitioner, okay, mosquito just welcome and sit on their body and just suck the blood and just give it. It means how I can manage, how I can apply my meditation, to facing the problem. So some people practice in that way also. In Tibet, Zapatul Rinpoche just every day sit on the rock, and many bees or many sort of flies, I don't know, maybe which is suck the blood and everything, and his body gone, like a damage, but he gave the blood or the flesh in that way. He sacrificed his body. So in that way, this is the one thing, because if we have an ego, if we have a self-centered attitude, then we feel pain, then we have a trouble. But if we do not, if we have a less of ego or the self-centered attitude, and how much we are able to reduce on it, so that much we don't have a problem and trouble, even if we give our body to the mosquitoes or the flies and whatever, so no problem. So that time, so that kind of practitioner, there's many methods, but I think they may remain on the mindfulness of feeling, what kind of feel it gives, what kind of sensation it gives. So they remain on the state of that sensation and feeling.